So first thing on the list today is the list. I'm putting things in my planner that are my to-do list for today. I've been up a lot longer than I normally would be by this point. I don't know if you can see kind of over my shoulder. It's about 10 after 10 and I've been up since like 6:30 because Seraphel started his new job today, so woohoo! Phoebe, what are you barking at? Yes, hello. Hello, sweet girl. What are you barking at? You barking at your brother, huh? Is he taunting you? Yeah. Okay, first I've got to show y'all. Let me find a light switch here. My new shelf. Isn't this amazing? I've been like cleaning like a cleaning person who is cleaning the last little bit, and we're going to talk about that some more today, but just kind of wanted to show you that. And please ignore this mess in here, but you can see Master Trjegul is taunting his sister. So, okay, I'm a little bit wet because I just took the dog outside and it's raining. It wasn't raining when we left, but she had to snip every single blade of grass, so it was raining when we finished. And of course she didn't do her business, so we'll probably end up going back out here in a little bit. Anyway, I thought I would do something a little bit different today. You know, most of the videos on the channel are lessons, you know, what is Wicca, here's some herbs, you know, we'll talk about divination and circle casting and all that good stuff. But one of the things I thought might be missing from the channel is, what does it mean to live as a Wiccan? To live this and walk this path on a day-to-day basis. And so I thought I would throw in some vlogs here and there and just chat about that. When I first had that idea, I thought I would do one on being pagan in the Bible Belt, because that is not the easiest thing. But Seraphel and I were sitting down last night after I had spent several hours cleaning house yesterday, and had a conversation. And it was a really, really good conversation, and I kind of wish that I had been recording when I had the talk with him, because I'm probably gonna forget a lot of what I said, and that's okay. Here's a hint for you all, or a little secret that is not so secret. YouTube isn't real life. You know, there are vloggers that are out there that record their entire day from the time they wake up until the time they go to bed, and then they judiciously edit it. But I don't record 24/7. And I'm wanting to be as authentic as I possibly can. And so when I take you around and show you the cat as he's peeking out from his cubby hole in the mudroom, it's a hot mess in there right now, y'all. But I'm working on it. And that kind of brings us to the point of the vlog for today. And that is just the growth that I have gone through over the last 3 months. It's kind of shocking to me in a way, because I recently left a really toxic work environment, not because of any one particular thing. It was just not where I was supposed to be. And so part of the channel is me getting to be authentically myself for the first time in several years. And one of the things that I've dealt with, and I will probably talk about this a whole lot on the channel, is I am a long time, I hate to use the word sufferer, but yeah, I guess we'll go with that. Longtime sufferer of mental illness. And I am clinically depressed. I'm on antidepressants. I have anxiety. I'm OCD. I'm sure there's other things that I have that have not yet been diagnosed, but those are the ones that have been diagnosed. Okay, so one of the things with OCD is I make lists. You know, we talked about my to-do list, and I'll, you know, cut in footage and all that good stuff. I don't know what I'll do when I edit, but because I've been recording various things today, planning the vlog. But one of the things that a lot of people, you know, when you think OCD, you think that people who have to check their door locks 100 times before they leave, or make sure the oven's off, or the stove is, the coffee pot, or whatever. Well, mine comes in the form of just needing to control an environment that I have no control over. And so that has been something that, in adapting for that, I tend to let a lot of things go and just ignore it. But that we're getting kind of down a rabbit warren here. But over the years, dealing with depression, dealing with scarcity, you know, not having enough money, I grew up in a household that didn't have a lot of financial resources. And, you know, there were times when we had hamburger gravy made with water, and, you know, I mean, it was just, anyway, I'm not trying to like brag about how bad I had it or anything like that. That's kind of the new thing, apparently. But growing up, we didn't have a whole lot. And so I grew up thinking that was normal, that people just didn't have a lot of money unless they were born to it, and I just wasn't. And, you know, I felt jealous of my classmates because they got to wear the swatches and the Esprit shirts and the Banana Republic and all of that stuff. And if that doesn't tell you my age, I don't know what's gonna, without me just coming out and saying what it is. But so growing up, you know, didn't have a whole lot of money. And so when I grew up and became an adult and was out on my own, and, you know, when Sarah Phil and I got married, we didn't have a whole lot of money. And so because of the way I grew up, the way he grew up, we held on to like all the things. We didn't get quite to the point of being hoarders, but it was close. I'm not gonna lie. I would hold on to things. You know, he wasn't as guilty of it. It was mostly me. But we would hold on to things that it was ridiculous to hold on to them. Cardboard boxes that things came in just in case we needed it, or I don't want to throw that away because I don't have the money to replace it, and then end up having to replace it because I can't find it because the place is so cluttered. So when I was cleaning, it was one of those, I don't know if I'm like really working the law of attraction and really trying to get away from that mindset of scarcity to a mindset of prosperity. But when I was cleaning our hall bathroom yesterday, or the day before, whenever it was, I had a whole bunch of pill bottles sitting on the counter, thinking I'm going to save those in case I need them for my chainmail or beading or whatever. Now you have to understand, I have a whole cloth bin in my office / craft room / studio, whatever the hell we're going to call that room. A cloth bin full of pill bottles, okay? I probably could cull a bunch of those too, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. Um, and so I stood there and I looked at them and thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I have a whole bin full of fill bottles. If I really need them, I've got them. Not only that, but even if I got rid of all of those, I'm on medication that I take regularly that I have to take for the rest of my life because I'm on thyroid medication and the aforementioned antidepressants, etc. There's going to be more pill bottles. So I don't need to keep these. And I threw them away. So that was step one. Last night, I was doing dishes, cleaning the kitchen, and I will take you on a little tour of the kitchen. But I'm both embarrassed to say this and proud to say this at the same time. It's really weird. But this is the cleanest the kitchen has been since we moved into this house in 2018. The kitchen is what sold me on the house. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a farmhouse kitchen, which I love. There's plenty of counter space and cabinet space. And one of the things, you know, when we were looking to buy, we told our realtor, she's like, y'all are so easy to work with because our list, she's like, give me your list. What do you want when you're looking for a house? And shirt's driving me crazy. Okay. Short trip, we could walk it. Anyway, but she's like, give me your list of what you want in a house. And I did. And she's like, okay, y'all are going to be really easy to shop for because we know what your price range is. You know, we've been pre-approved for a certain amount. And we had a really short list. It wasn't like these people on HGTV or House Hunter, you know, the House Hunters and stuff like that have their mile-long list of what they want in a house. And I promise I do have a point. But one of the things was we need a nice kitchen and I need a window over my sink so I can look outside when I'm washing my dishes. Got that. This house really checks every single box of what we were looking for and then some. It has 3 bedrooms, it has 2 bathrooms, it has this beautiful kitchen, it has a south-facing backyard, so I have my garden, everything, okay? So we manifested this house. It took us a long time because we had to get to the point where we felt like we're worth having a home that's ours. Well, ours and the bank's, but we deserve having a home. And this house, you know, I feel like I'm bragging in a way, and I guess I kind of am, but I'm super proud of this place. It's taken us so much hard work to get here. But this place is literally 3 times the square footage of anywhere else we have lived. And yet it still gets cluttered because we had that mindset of, let me rephrase that. I had that mindset of, if I get rid of this, I'll have to replace it and I can't afford to. So back to my point. I was doing dishes last night and there were some things that had been sitting on the counter to be washed because they're hand washables, which what was I even thinking? But there's some things we have that need to be washed by hand, and it just sat there because when I was at my job, I had no energy. I was working 45, 50-hour weeks, basically on call anytime the building was open. No real work-life balance. And that's something else we'll talk about at some point, because you got to have that. But anyway, I was washing these dishes, and there were a couple of cups. I had a travel mug and one of those little plastic double whatever, the insulated cup things with the straw. Anyway, and as I was washing them, the cup that you'd use with the straw had a crack in it. And so water had gotten in between the two walls. Double walled, that's the word I'm looking for. And so I knew it would mold. I knew it, you know. And so I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw this away. I mean, I hate to like throw stuff away, but you know, it went in the trash. And then this travel mug that I had it for years, it must have gotten some water in between the plastic outer thing and the decoration. You know, it was one of those stainless steel things, but it had like plastic with my initial. And I'm like, this is not going to dry. The water has gotten in on the cardboard decoration. It looks yucky. So I'm going to throw this away. And I didn't even really think about it until we were having that conversation last night. And it was like, wait, I just threw stuff away. I didn't think about it. I didn't second guess it. I didn't think, oh, I got to get that back out of the trash. I've done that. I have thrown stuff away and then gone back into the trash for it. But I didn't even think about it. I just did it because they needed to go. And so we've been reorganizing some of our books, of which we have a plethora. If I ever form my lips to say, I don't have anything to read, someone needs to spank me in a way that I'm not going to enjoy. But I was rearranging some books yesterday. There's a bookshelf in the bedroom that I had moved some of my craft books into my office, so there was room on that bookshelf. And so I consolidated to make room to put some more books out. And I was working in the den and putting all of our paperbacks. We've got these little paperback shelves, put those there. And I had been looking for, I knew I had a particular book. You know, I knew I owned it. And I was pretty sure I'd seen it since we moved in, but I couldn't remember where it was. And I was looking for it because I was wanting to do some research for my video on the Wheel of the Year. And I could have sworn it was on the shelf in the bedroom, but I couldn't find it. And so I told Sarah Phil, I said, you know, keep your eyes open. If you see it, let me know, blah, blah, blah. Well, fast forward to yesterday, cleaning these shelves, dusting, putting things in order. And on a shelf that I swear to all of my gods, I looked, there was the book I was looking for. So I put it in my office because I'm going to need it to research that video. And didn't really think anything about it. And then we were sitting in the den last night, just like we do, petting the dog, petting the cat. And it was like this record screech happened in my head. And I said, holy crap. I'm editing myself today. I don't know if I'm going to continue to edit myself. I have a really bad potty mouth, friends, and I apologize in advance. But if that offends you, this might not be the channel for you. But I was like, holy crap. I manifested that book. This shit fucking works. See? It works. And I know that manifestation works. I have been manifesting parking spaces for decades. Didn't know that's what I was doing, but anywhere we go, it's like, all right, engage the superpower. We need a place to park, especially if it's a crowded venue. And almost probably 99%, maybe even 99 point something % of the time, I can find a parking space close to where we're going. It's just something I've done for years. Pretty much since I've been driving. So I know it works, especially once I realized what that was, right? And so I said, you know what? I threw away pill bottles when I had hoarded a whole bunch of them. I threw away 2 cups that I would have otherwise kept. I found this book, manifested this book. I'm really changing my mindset. And he's like, I see the light bulb going off over your head. This is pretty cool. Because if you have a mindset of scarcity, where you can't do something because you don't have this resource, whatever it is, whether it's money, time, energy, whatever, you're never going to manifest abundance. If you do not believe that abundance, A, is not a finite resource, there is enough to go around, and B, that you're worth having an abundant, fruitful life, you're never going to have one. And I have been doing so much work because I gave up this pretty well-paying job because it was so toxic, and wasn't sure where I was, because I didn't have a job to go to when I left it because it was so bad. I just started thinking, what can I do to bring in finances into the household when I'm not working this job that's basically killing me? And I just listened to that still, calm voice inside that said, it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. We will provide. And so I have believed that since before I turned in my letter of resignation. I still believe that. I've been doing affirmations. I've been doing new moon water charging with my affirmations, meditations, all of that stuff. I am by no means any kind of expert when it comes to the law of attraction or manifestation or anything like that. I'm a student of it. So, but I have this belief, and I would say it's a capital B, belief, maybe not even a knowledge. I know we're going to be okay. I know that we will get through this, and we will not only survive, we will thrive. And in doing all of this work, it was weird because Seraphil's father was in Vietnam. I promise there's a point to this story too. He was in Vietnam during the time and in the area where they used Agent Orange. And his father ended up dying from complications due to the cancer that he contracted, they think, as part of his exposure to Agent Orange. Well, there was a lawsuit back in the 80s for service men and women who, well, probably mostly men, but service people who had been exposed to Agent Orange. And there was a lawsuit and a class action, thing, and there were benefits to be had. Well, we're not sure that his dad ever got any of those benefits. But we didn't really, didn't think anything about it until, there's a weird glare on my glasses. Sorry about that. But after I'd been doing this work on manifestation, we get this letter out of the blue. Well, he got the letter, his dad. I say we because we think of our finances as our finances. But he got this letter just out of the blue. No instigate, he hadn't called the VA. He hadn't looked into it. We'd been talking about looking into it for a long time. But he hadn't done anything to start the conversation with the VA. And he gets this letter saying that, we've identified you as a survivor or a dependent or however it was, child of a serviceman who was exposed to Agent Orange and blah, 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 blah. So we're like, okay, this is weird. Why now? And so he made an appointment with a veteran services officer, went and talked to him, and the guy was like, okay, this is weird. I've never seen this before. I've never seen an adult child being basically offered a claim form. And the veteran services officer said, I don't know what's there, but obviously something is, or they wouldn't have bothered to track you down. So I don't know. We still don't know what's there. The file has been opened. The veteran services officer is staying on top of it. And, we'll keep checking, I'll keep having him check back and see, but maybe there's something there that is the universe providing at least a little bit for us. And his dad providing for us beyond the grave. So it's just been this really weird situation where it's that whole saying of leap and the net shall appear. Well, I took a big leap, leaving a job that made pretty good money, not knowing where I was going to land, and just leaping anyway because I knew in my gut it was the right decision. And so after many a conversation with the husband, we decided I could take a break and stay home and he would go out and get the job. And in the last couple of months since I left there, money has been tight, not gonna lie. But I have felt the most mentally healthy, the most emotionally healthy, the most, I would probably say even the most physically healthy I have in a very, very long time. I am really, really sore today from doing all the housework that I did yesterday, but I still got up this morning looking forward to filming for YouTube, for writing on my novel, for cleaning house, for cleaning my house in a way that I have not looked forward to starting my day in as long as I can remember, y'all. So I'm gonna sign off here and go do the things, and see what I can accomplish today. I got a lot done yesterday. Pretty proud of that, but I just wanted to hop on here and talk about the growth, and if for no other reason than to have this to look back on and see just how much more I've grown when I look back on it. You know, it's like, let's look back on this time next year and see what growth, what have I accomplished because I have simply changed my mindset. So let me know down in the comments if you like this vlog format, if you want me to continue doing it. I'm probably going to do it even if y'all don't like it, because I think it's going to be good for me. But until next time, thanks for spending some time with me today, and have a great day.